or back pain and it's driving you crazy. As a matter of fact, I started the show like this and Doc Tony was like, stop doing that.
I could have swore you just said, do you ever have nick pains?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, there's a whole other prescription for that. But apparently doing something as simple as this can really help with your neck and your back.
Indeed it does, and you may have given up hope, but you deserve to live pain-free, and our next guest may be able to help. Anthony Crothers, chiropractic physician, better known as Doc Tony, is in the house. Welcome, Doc. How are you?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing great. Thanks,
Absolutely.
Nick. Thanks, Casey. You know, getting to that posture you're talking about, Casey,
Yes.
you got to look at it like this. You've practiced your whole life taking care of your teeth. You're practicing what's called dental hygiene, so your teeth don't rot and fall out. And you've got a beautiful set of teeth. Look at that smile. Well, you know, you've got 24 vertebrae. If you don't take care of these, they rot and decay in a similar way. So that's why it's so important to have good posture and practice good spinal hygiene.
I feel it doesn't seem natural.
You look great. And that's the way to do
You'll
it,
get
Casey.
used to it, though.
That's right.
After a while, you hold yourself that way, and you start feeling that way. So tell us about the wonderful things that you do as a professional.
Well, Nick, what I do is I educate individuals on how to keep their spine healthy. For a number of years, I've been taking care of people predominantly hurt in either car accidents, slip and falls, work-related injuries, maritime injuries, and the individuals just hurt themselves working around the house. And what people understand, when you damage your soft tissue, you need to go to a professional who knows how to help you heal that soft tissue. Otherwise, it can be a permanent injury that can end up, you know, greatly interfering your quality of your life.
See, I don't think people realize that, because I was in a fender bender once, and I was sore afterwards. I figured, oh, you're just sore, you know, because you're just in an accident, but there's really nothing you can do about being sore.
Well, what people need to understand, absolutely, there's nothing you can do about being sore, absolutely, Casey, once you've had that accident.
Ibuprofen, that'll help.
Well, you know, the fact that you've had the accident and it's happened, and I explained last time I was on your show that force that goes through your body when you're involved in a rear end collision, and how the spine will actually snap similar to a whip, and that manifests at the base of your head, and it damages the soft tissue. And that's why you're waking up the next day sore. Nick, we talked earlier, and you said that you've injured some soft tissue, you know, doing some of the things that you've done in life, so you have an appreciation of how important it is to have healthy soft tissue. So the fact that you're sore and you wake up the next day and your neck is stiff and it can't move, you've injured your soft tissue, that's what supports the joints. And we're talking about one joint in your knee, and you injure one ligament in that knee now is prone to premature arthritis, degeneration, and not only that, pain and the rehabilitation that a person goes through to try to get that knee back to the way it was before they injure it is painstaking. So you can only imagine, we're talking about one joint. In your spine, you have over 100 joints that make up this spinal column. If you don't take care of that soft tissue after it's been injured in a car accident, then you're possibly looking at a lifetime of problems related to that. So don't downplay the soft tissue injuries. If you're in a car accident and you're sore the next day, it means, this is what that means, Nick. You've either overstretched your soft tissue, you've partially torn your soft tissue, or you ruptured your soft tissue. You're not going to know what that is until you get examined and get checked out. So that's why you need to see a physician after being injured, involved in a car accident.
I can attest firsthand that it is so key to get the therapy. Go through what you got to do. Chiropractors, you guys are so instrumental in getting everything back in alignment, and then the muscles will lay the way they're supposed to, and they'll heal the way they're supposed to. But it's so key that you go through the therapy and you do what you have to do to get it back. Otherwise, long term, you're looking at trouble.
Long term, you're looking at, you know, a bad situation. You kind of look at it if you've cut yourself on the outside. It heals in stages. First, it's got to stop the bleeding. Then it forms a scab. And then you want to make sure that it heals with a minimal scar. Just because you can't see the damage, it's inside your body. But the tissue is reacting that same way, Nick, Casey.
Yeah, so if someone is injured, and you say car accident, but I was thinking about the things that you've done, like you've jumped out of a window, you know, when you were doing, what movie, From Paris with Love. Then you got hit with the surfboard and all this.
Flew off a motorcycle and Wild Hogs.
Right, so, I mean.
I know I'm putting myself in danger,
the beach scene,
you know?
The beach scene.
Exactly.
I mean, so what should someone expect if they come to see you?
Okay, what you want to expect if you're injured your soft tissue, and soft tissue doesn't only get injured from car accidents, it happens from work-related injuries, it happens from working around your house and picking up something wrong. People don't need to understand that soft tissue heals in stages. And if you don't help the soft tissue heal to its best physiological capabilities, then it's going to be impaired, and then your quality of life moving forward is going to be impaired. In other words, soft tissue is not as good as the original tissue. Scar tissue doesn't have the same elasticity, pliability, it doesn't have the same blood flow to the tissue, so it doesn't have the same contractibility and stretchability that original tissue has. When a muscle contracts, Casey, it's kind of like my fingers are sliding together. That's how a muscle will shorten, and it lengthens by separating. When you damage the tissue, that process still occurs, but it doesn't happen smoothly. That's why the person has residual aches, burning, loss of range of motion. All that's related to the damaged soft tissue. And how you minimize that is by getting proper treatment, going to a facility that has the proper therapeutic therapeutic modalities that knows how the proper rehabilitation should go for you. Because every individual is uniquely different. We got a young lady coming on that I was speaking to just earlier. It's the same thing with medicines and how food interact with people. Not everything is the same, so you can't just stereotype and treat everyone the same.
Right, of course. Absolutely. I ain't got nothing to say. He's the man. I just want to let him. You just feed him a little cracker, and he just goes.
Before you leave, though, I got a little kink in the neck back here.
I'm telling you what, it is so instrumental what these guys do, and guys like you who really know what you're doing. I mean, it's saved my life, really. I mean, I'm pretty much normal. I have little aches and pains because I've thrown myself into crazy situations.
And see, that's key, Nick. What you just said.
But I
you
feel
see
good.
how you just said that, Nick?
Yeah.
Not to interfere with you, Nick,
yeah, no,
but
go ahead.
You're saying a key point that I want people to understand. Nick, you've injured yourself, but you still have the aches and pains. So even though soft tissue, you've gotten to the point to where you can't heal it any better, the person still has some residual pain left behind, because you can't always make the original tissue as good. I mean, the scar tissue as good as the original tissue. And that's why you still have pains, Nick. But you look great.
Would you like me to get out of the way?
Casey, you look great too, Casey. You look better than Nick. Let me just say that. She looks better.
I do want to buy that hat, though. How much for the hat?
The hat is pretty cool.
These hats they're pretty cheap, Nick. They're Shady Brady hats. You can get these for $70 online.
Shady Brady, really?
Shady Brady.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Our thanks to Doc Tony.
There you go. Hey, that looks good on you, Casey.
All right. Anyway, if you'd like some advice and whatnot, you can always reach Doc Tony by going to the phone number there on your screen, which is at the bottom, 1-888-888.
888-8863.
There you go. That's the easy way to do it for a free consultation at one of his 2 convenient locations.
Or you can visit his website at www.doctony.org, because you, my friend, deserve to live pain-free.